Hello and welcome to Too Faded to Play. I'm Eggs and I'm here with my buddy LSD.
Hey y'all, what's going on?
We're here to drink and talk about video games.
Yes, sir.
And let's get right on with that drinking. What are we drinking today?
We drinking on some Lefty Lucy.
Lefty Lucy.
Check it out. And this is by, what was that, Rivalry? Right?
Yeah, it's what it looks like. Rivalry Brewing.
Yeah, Rivalry Brewing Company.
West Coast style Indian Pale Ale.
Where they out of? Charleston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Charleston, South Carolina.
So was it West Coast style?
Right. Yeah, it is. You know, got the VW bug on here with the two surfboards.
Yeah, it's rolling on. I guess it's the beach. I can't tell if that's a beach or if it's a road. I see the ocean, but it doesn't. It looks like there's like a drop off.
Yeah. There's a cactus over there. So this is definitely West Coast because there's no cactus in South Carolina.
Yeah,
I believe.
no. Not that I've seen.
7%.
Okay.
All right, sure. Let's go ahead and crack them open and see what they do. Okay. Grapefruity.
Yeah.
Tastes like pure grapefruit to me.
I think it's less grapefruity than the Mortal Wombat was. And I only remember that because I finally drank the second one yesterday.
I drank the other one the other day too.
This one, actually, I think it's about the same level of grapefruit. This one just has like a haziness to it where the Mortal Wombat was just, it almost tasted like juice.
Yeah, I do taste the haze in it. And look at the license plate on the back. It says IPA.
IPA, yeah.
Right. Trying to. It's a unique can. I like it.
Yeah, I do like the can. That's why I grabbed it. I just saw it sitting there and I was like, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
We needed something to drink, so I grabbed it.
Oh, definitely.
We're gonna have to find a new spot though. They're running out of the funny ones.
Yeah, we got to check out the other spot. I've been in there before. They got a bigger selection than other place that we go to.
Okay.
I think we should go there and hit them up.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to because, like I said, we're running out of the funny ones.
Or we can go hit some of these local spots and just get a case.
Yeah, that's true. See what they got.
Yeah. So So what's been going on with you, man?
Not too much. Just been playing video games. Been playing a lot of different games actually.
Really.
Final Fantasy 16, as you know, I've been that came out, so I've been playing it. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later.
Okay.
I've also been playing the game we're talking about today, Black.
Yes.
Been playing through that, and I dove back into Pokemon.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I was playing Zelda and I saw your icon pop up and it said Pokemon. And I was like, oh yeah, he in Pokemon now.
Every once in a while, I hit this like lull in games. I guess it is like when I play a couple like intense games back to back, I just kind of want I just want to chill, just to have an easy time playing. And I tend to fall back into Pokemon for that. And what I do is I'm trying to, by the old Pokemon title, gotta catch them all.
Catch them all.
I'm trying to do that.
Right.
Problem is every time I get back to doing it, they've added like another 100.
Oh, whoa.
And I'm at the point where it's just the long grind to get them all. I have 823 out of currently what is 1,008.
It's that many now.
It's that many now. And they've already announced like 4 other Pokemon. They're just not available yet.
Okay.
So those come out later this year.
Okay. Did you ever play that Pokemon Go? You remember that?
Yeah, the one on the phone?
Yeah. Where you had to go walking and try to catch them.
I don't do much walking, so I didn't play much of that game.
I dabbled in it for a minute. It was pretty cool, but it kind of got stale because I kept catching the same ones.
Yeah, it took them like a year to update that thing to add more Pokemon. And then they added like 100 more to it. They added it by the generations of Pokemon.
Okay.
But I was kind of the same way. I think I played it for about 2 months, and I only played that long because my friends were also playing it.
Right.
But after that, I just it wasn't there for me.
Okay.
I enjoy the strategy of the battles, and there was none of that in Go.
to be honest with you, I haven't physically played a Pokemon game since I think it was Pokemon Red that came out on the
Game
Boy. Yeah,
So you played the first one.
the color. Yeah,
You played the first Pokemon game.
that was it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that was the very first one I played, and I never picked it back up after that.
Red and Blue came out, and those were the first ones. I believe it was 98 here when those came out.
Yeah, that was about the time. Me, I'm still grinding on Zelda. Playing Black, of course, because we're going to talk about that today. I was in the Switch store, and I noticed that they got how they got like a catalog of video games for like NES, Super Nintendo, and I also saw that they added Genesis. I was like, oh, when they do this? But I don't have a subscription anymore, so I couldn't see what games that were in there, and I might have to wait to get that subscription because I didn't realize it was $50.
Yeah, at least that's for a year, so it's not like a monthly one at least. But
right, I mean, at least give me a 3-month one. I might not like it, you know. And to be honest, like I don't play the Switch enough to justify having the yearly online membership,
Yeah, I get that.
Right. So the stuff that I do play, and plus, my kids, we share the Xbox online. So it makes sense for me to have the online for that. Or, even the PlayStation, it makes sense for me to have that.
We've got to look and see if it's still doable. It used to be you could do a family plan with the Nintendo online.
Yeah, it's still on there.
You can?
Yeah,
you can have up to 3 Switches for like one price. It's like instead of 50, it's like 60. But it's split between multiple Switches, so it'd be like each of us paying 30.
Yeah, because we had to do that because like I only got one Switch in the house, but it's multiple Xboxes in the house. So it's lefty loosey growing on me.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
I think it's the hazy.
Yeah.
The haziness to it. It's covering up some of the overbearing grapefruit.
Right. Yeah, I like it. I'll keep this in my journal.
Yeah, no, I'd buy it again, and I don't remember it being too bad. I think it was $15 for the 6-pack.
All right,
which isn't as bad as it can get for these kinds of drinks.
That is true because I've seen something that was like $25 for like 6 beers. I'm like, I better be fucked up.
Let's say, wasn't that Pixels we had on the first episode like $7 a can or something like that? Pixel. Or if you wanted a 4-pack, it was like $30.
Yeah, that Pixels. And I did run into it again. I saw it was actual 4-pack. I was like, okay. But the other spot had it that we're going to start going to.
Yeah, so when I went and picked this up and our other drink we'll be having, I saw they had the 4-pack of Pixels there, and I was looking at it and I was like, man, it was not worth that price. I don't think it was bad, but it just wasn't worth that price.
Right. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. So what's the topic today?
Well, we'll be talking about Black, the game we've been playing. The second game on our little list of trying out games. This was your suggestion. I had suggested the last one. This was the one you suggested. You also talked about it in one of the other episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, Call of Duty's type of game. Black Ops, Special Ops, heavy with the guns. The game is basically built around the guns. Like, it got a kind of a small story, but it really doesn't even matter because once you get in the game, it's just all guns.
Yeah.
It's like...
yeah, there's a story in there, and I thought it was interesting that they were using live action cutscenes for that story.
Yeah.
However, I didn't pay attention to any of it. It was a pretty damn boring story from the bit I tried to listen to.
Yeah, it kind of was, but it was for when did this come out?
2003, I think.
Yeah, 2003. It looked really good.
Oh yeah. Graphically, it's one of the better looking games on the PS2 I've seen.
Yeah, it looked like almost real, It came up to be really nice looking. That first mission, like, for me, like, trying to play these older games on modern TVs, it's just so dark for me. Like, Eggs has this, what is that thing called again?
Retro Tink X5.
Yeah, the Retro Tink X5. Like, it looks great for him. For me, it looks terrible. But I pushed on through because it was just dark.
Yeah.
Like, some things I just couldn't see. So.
Well, it's because your TV itself is trying to convert the analog signal into digital. What that Retro Tink does is it takes that analog signal and it converts it into a digital signal, a 1080p digital signal, and sends that to your TV, so your TV knows what to do with it properly.
Okay.
So it does all the back end work, so that way your TV's just displaying like it's supposed to.
Yeah, see, I need to get me one of those things, man.
He makes a smaller one. It's called the X2.
Okay.
I think that one's like $130. And it does the same thing. It's not as sharp. It's not quite as sharp as that one is, because that one, the X5, means it goes up to 4K.
Oh.
The X2 only goes up, I believe, to 720p.
Well, you already know I got to get the.
Yeah.
You got to get the max, man. You got to get the max.
Yeah, no, that's why I did.
Yeah.
And that thing plugs into almost all my systems that are not HDMI. I can run all the way back to NES on that thing.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
The only thing I can't run on it is my 2600. So.
Oh yeah, I still I need to get me one of them. Yeah. So what was your what was your take on Black, man?
At first, I didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
At the when I was first playing through it, I wasn't feeling it. And then I kind of put myself back into the mindset of like, it's a PS2 shooter.
Right.
So I started thinking about PS2 shooters, and I started comparing it to PS2 shooters. And when you put it in the 2003, like
right.
that era, it's probably one of the better shooters I've played on this system.
I know.
And and I've played the Call of Duties, I've played the Battlefields and stuff like that. It's probably one of the better shooters I've played on that system.
Yeah, man. I thought it was pretty good. It kind of took me back a little bit because I 100%ed this game.
Oh yeah.
So when you running like your higher difficulties, you know, you get the extra stuff. You find secret guns, you find intel, and etc. So I remember when I first played this game, I got to a point where if I didn't get it, I'll play that level again until I found it. And I checked everywhere. I 100%ed this game back in 03. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, man. It was crazy, and I would not move on to the next level until I found all the guns, all the intel, because you got a bonus at the end. And another thing that was cool about this game is, like I said, it's the guns. It's a lot of guns in here, like a lot of guns. I wish they would have made another one, but like you said, like when I started playing it again, it was like, man, this is like kind of sluggish.
Yeah, the camera control feels really slow.
Yeah.
And there's no adjustment in the menu. I think that was my first, that was what at first really kind of, made me not like it, where I was having trouble with it. Because, moving up and down with the camera felt okay, but looking left to right, it was like,
right.
real slow.
And it kind of lagged a little bit too. Like, you get to a point where you, try to pan too fast, and it just...
Yeah. It didn't feel, it wasn't as polished as modern day first person shooters are.
Right.
And I think that's why I wasn't feeling it at first. But like I said, once I put it in context of when it came out, it felt all right. There was one thing I thought it was weird, and it got me killed once or twice. When you reload, the whole screen blurs.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Because they trying to show the gun. It's like they pull the gun up, and then it just the background blurs, but you just see the gun more than anything. And then when you come back down, then it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't like that part either. I did
because there was times where in that, I think it was just the second level, that forest level.
Yeah.
Where it's a pretty open area, considering for a shooter game. And I'm just trying to get around, and I see a couple guys patrolling, and I take them out. And I go to reload, my whole screen blurs, and I can't see that I'm walking directly towards a group of 4. So by the time I'm done reloading, and the screen unblurs, they've all seen me and all 4 of them just shoot and kill me. I was like, it annoyed me a little bit.
Yeah. See, my problem was that level, it was so dark that I could barely see.
I can see that, yeah.
So, like, I'm just, like, following, like, little glimmers of light. Like, okay, I'm just going to walk this way, and then I might see a guy. The other thing that was kind of funny, I think it's that same level. You got to a point where dude was sitting on top of, like, a tower, and he shot a missile at you. Like, it was coming so slow. Like, you could just
sidestep.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just sidestep it, you know. But just like, you know, we got spoiled to modern day shooters because it's more faster. It's a faster pace.
What I will give it like 100% props for is the destructible environments in the game.
Oh yeah, you blowing everything.
Because it's crazy how destructible the environment is for a PlayStation 2 game.
Right.
Like I think it was level 3 or no, level 4 maybe. Where you get to this final area and it's just like a square of buildings. And you got to go through each building and just take out all the enemies through each building. I wasn't trying to do it, but I ended up shooting out all the support beams on a porch, and the porch collapsed on enemies. And I was like, what the hell?
Hey, I'm telling you, man. Black was well made for its time, man. Like, the only thing that really kind of annoyed me is, like, there was no run and you couldn't jump.
Yeah, I wish there was a jump.
Yeah, if there was a run and a jump, it probably would have been a whole lot better. But it wasn't bad, you know. It wasn't a bad game.
I did end up looking up some stuff about it.
Okay.
And I realized why the game failed.
Whoa.
Or not failed, but it didn't sell very well. Because I forgot about this. 2003 was a fucking crazy year for game releases.
Really?
And I wrote down a list of them.
What was it?
So I looked down my list and I realized we lied a little bit. It came out in 2006.
Oh, okay.
Still, 2006 was a crazy year for these games. I wrote down some of these. Gears of War 1. The first Gears of War came out that year. New Super Mario Bros., the reboot of the 2D Mario. The first one of those came out. Okami, which is a game I love. It didn't sell very well that year either, but it's a cult classic now.
I think I was with you when you bought that game.
I bought a copy of it. I think you were with me when I bought another copy of it. I say another. Probably these next few are probably the biggest of the year. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Bought it.
Bully.
Oh.
Came out that same year.
Oh.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion, or Elder Scrolls 4.
I wasn't playing Elder Scrolls then.
But that was still a big game. Dead Rising 1, that zombie mall game. That was a great game.
That was fun. That was fantastic.
Call of Duty 3. Okay. Resistance Fall of Man. Half-Life 2 Episode
Resistance.
1. Yeah, the first Resistance game came out.
Oh, yo.
Half-Life 2 Episode 1.
I never played Half-Life.
The Wii. And alongside that, Wii Sports.
Oh.
Guitar Hero 2. Company of Heroes. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Final Fantasy 12. Kingdom Hearts 2. And Destroy All Humans 2.
Wow.
It was a stacked year against Black.
Oh, yeah. The Wii alone.
The Wii alone, yeah. The Wii was crazy.
Yeah, like everybody had a Wii. Like, a Wii was... That Wii Sports was, like, ahead. Like, it was up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was fantastic. That was a great game. Great game. That bowling, oh, man. Hitting the turkey on you.
And in my research, I found out some interesting information, and this might be good to know for further down our trying out games.
Okay.
They were in talks with EA for making a second game.
Really?
Yes. However, EA decided to be assholes. And they said no.
Just like that.
Just like that. So the people who made Black cut themselves off EA and started up a new studio, and they did make a sequel.
Okay.
But it's like a spiritual sequel. It came out in 2011 on the 360. It's called Body Count.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I vaguely remember hearing about that game. I never played it, but I vaguely remember hearing about it.
I'm going to have to go through my collection. I might have that.
I don't know about that. It is an extremely rare game.
I got a lot of 360 games, man.
It sold a total of 150,000 copies.
That is super rare.
Yeah.
If I have it, it's probably worth a lot.
I didn't look up price, so I don't know. It might be. I don't know. Huh. Either way, we can look into that at some point. Maybe if it's not an $80 game, maybe we can play it for one of the future trying a new game out.
Definitely. Yeah, man. That was pretty cool. So that's in the sums. What do you rank Black on our list right here?
On our list
for you.
On our list for me, I think I'd rather play Sphinx.
Okay.
So I'd put it under Sphinx.
All right, so I'm gonna put you just like this. To me, I'm gonna put Black above Sphinx.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, I like Black a little more than Sphinx. Sphinx was okay, but like Black kind of had me. And I think if I had maybe like an older TV or something, I would probably love it a whole lot more. So here you go, guys. This is our ranking. As you know, we're going to keep going on as we play more video games. We're going to rank them to what we like the most. And yeah, man.
It was pretty good. If you didn't try it out, if you've never played it and you like first-person shooters, I'd say give it a try if you see a copy of it.
You'll probably find this pretty easy.
Yeah, it's probably out there.
Our next game that we're going to be playing is called Cathedral.
Yep, Cathedral. I can grab it off my shelf.
Me and Eggs, we frequent a lot of shows, Comic Cons, gaming shows, toy shows. We picked this one up out of, Soda City Comic Con?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we picked this up. That's an indie game, right?
Yeah, it's a kind of a limited run indie game. It's called Cathedral. We'll be playing it on Switch.
Yes.
Like I said, it was a limited run, so I don't know how easy people will be able to get a hold of it physically. I'm pretty sure it's out digitally on most likely most systems.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I played a little bit of it when I first got it, and it kind of gives me like a NES, Metroid, Castlevania, yeah, type of feel.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got from it. Looking at the back of it, it's definitely, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but the picture kind of shows it's got very like NES looking graphics to it.
Yeah, it was like more like 8-bit-ish. You know, it was like an 8-bit game. It was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. Kind of the side scroll. You get to the side of the level, then the screen was like side scroll to the next room. You press down and it's side scroll down. And it kind of put me as like Castlevania, Metroid.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, that's kind of what I got just looking at it. I still haven't opened my copy of it, but he's making me open it, so.
You don't have to open it, man.
I kind of do. I'm not buying the game again.
That is true. But, we bought that like, 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was a little while ago.
It was a while ago when we went. I thought it was cool. It comes with like I think it comes with a poster.
Oh, does it?
I think it's like a poster in there, some stickers.
I'll tell you the real reason I didn't want to open this. It's because you and I paid $20 for this.
We did pay $20 for it.
Sealed, this is now $70.
Holy shit.
And now this is $40.
Hey, if it's only a couple of them.
Yeah, I know we ended up buying a couple of games from them. Oh, I forgot it has like an NES sleeve.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yep, Cathedral, that'll be the next game we're playing, so.
On the Nintendo Switch.
Yep. I guess look out for it. Like I said, I don't think you'll be able to find it physically very easily. And I doubt that they still have these on their website. I believe it's called Premium Edition, is the people who made it, or the people who published it physically. And this is number 7 of their.
You might be able to find
list.
it on Amazon.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Yeah. So what else we got on the books today?
Well, we got another drink.
Oh, what's the second drink?
Well, I got to get it out of the fridge. However,
is this payback?
No, I think it's cool. We will be using this.
Oh no, it's in a black bag.
Like I said, we're not using our glass cups.
We're drinking out of horns.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me go grab the drink.
Oh, we in trouble. Oh wait, what is this?
That's the stand for it.
Ah, sweet. Oh, that's dope. Check it out, y'all.
They go in the top so that it works like a stand for the cup.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we'll be drinking on some mead.
Mead.
The nectar of the gods.
Oh, man. So we Vikings today, huh?
Vikings today. I figured, I thought about this, and I know we had somewhat talked about it outside of this, that you had never had mead.
Never had mead.
I've had it before. I've not had this brand, so.
Where do you even buy mead from?
The store bought this one.
Really? They sell mead in there?
Yeah, they sell it right there with all the ciders and everything.
I always thought mead was like kind of medieval-ish type of...
I guess the less cool name of it is honey wine.
Honey wine.
Yeah, so we got to finish this bottle. It goes bad after like 2-3 days from opening it.
Oh, shit. Well, I have a gala I have to be at.
But I was like, if we're going to drink mead, we got to have horns. We got to have drinking horns.
These are cool, though. I really do like these. Are these made out of real horn?
It says they are. Oh. They're cheap, though, so I don't know.
Go ahead and pour me up in my horn.
I was looking at them. These ones specifically, they both hold about 10 ounces. So it's not a whole lot, but...
Okay, so this is... I have no idea how to pronounce that. How would you say you pronounce that?
No clue.
All right. So this is mead, y'all. Check it out.
No, I've not had this one. I've had... The mead I've had before, I guess, was a Slavic style mead. Mm-hmm. So this is, I don't know how different this will be.
For all seasons, cold or hot, spiced or not.
It does come with spiced packets.
Spiced.
So if you want to have spiced mead, problem is it takes like 30 minutes to work. It's basically a tea pack. A pack you like tea bag, you dip it in.
I'm not tea bagging my mead.
You're not tea bagging your mead?
No, I don't want no tea bags in my mead. But we gonna go ahead and pour up my goblet.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to see it. Okay, I see it. Well, that takes down near half the bottle.
So I just thought, I was like, if we're having mead, we got to drink it out of a horn.
All right, hey man.
That's the way to do it.
Now, how do you? What's the drinking side of the horn? All right, I think I'm gonna drink it this way. You know what this tastes like?
Honey?
No.
No. Yeah.
It tastes like
there's
honey.
honey to it, but
what this tastes like to me, tastes like wild Irish rose. If you never had
I've never had that.
Oh man, go to any hood store in America, you can find some wild Irish rose. This is what it just tastes like.
This is what the gods drank back in the Nordic times.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible actually.
Very sweet.
The one I've had before tasted a lot more of honey. Mm-hmm. It honestly, it tasted like you were just drinking honey. The one I had before.
Yeah, I get the honey flavor. I definitely get the honey flavor. Mm-hmm. Probably a little lemon in there.
Maybe. I can definitely taste the wine to it. Like there's that wine aftertaste. Mm-hmm. It's not bad though. Mm-mm.
It does taste like wild Irish rose to me.
Okay.
If I'm gonna have to get some of that for you because you can only find it in the hood.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta go to the hood to get some rose, man.
You know what I've been looking for, and I think I've told you about it before. It's Mad Dog. I've been looking for Mad Dog. I've seen it once, and it was in the middle of nowhere town, Ohio.
Have you ever had Mad Dog?
I've not.
Oh, you in for a ride.
I know. My dad's told me all of his horror stories.
Oh, man. MD 2020. You know what? Next podcast, we drinking hood drinks. All the hood drinks, that's what we drinking. Mad Dog 2020. And
all of them in one episode, or we're going to space them out?
Oh, no, we got to do both.
Okay.
I mean, the what's name bottles, they small. They like this small.
That's true.
You can shoot that. The Mad Dog, that's kind of big. We might not be able to finish that, but the Wild Irish Rose, they about this big.
Oh, okay.
You can shoot that. Next on our podcast, we're talking about what games that changed our lives.
Moments in gaming that not necessarily changed our lives, but had an impact on us.
Okay.
And I guess I can start as
right.
a small example.
You go ahead while I sip on my mead.
Sip on your mead.
Mead.
This one didn't necessarily. This is probably the least amount of change or whatever, an impact, but I remember this moment. A lot of the moments like this, and it's kind of sad to say, come from E3, which E3 is just dead now.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had E3 in like 4 years.
Oh, wow. That long?
So, no, 3 years.
Okay. Before the pandemic.
Last one was 2019, yeah.
Okay.
But this was the announcement of the PS4. The PS4 itself, I like, but it's not, I don't know how to explain. It's not my favorite system, but I like it. However, I do remember that the day before the PS4, it was either the day before or earlier in the day, Microsoft announced the Xbox One. And this is when they came out with you always have to have the system online or you can't play any of your games. You can't share games with your friends. You have to have it. Once you put a physical disc in your system, it's locked to that system. And like, they're just going through all these things, like mandatory Kinect camera with it and all that. They're going through all these things that just don't sound appealing. And then they announce it and it's like a $600 system. And then Sony comes out and they're like, yeah, here's our system. It's $399 and you can do all the things you want to do. Like,
say whatever you want to do.
It doesn't have to be online to play a game. And they even made, I'm pretty sure they made it just like in the back room at E3 after they watched the Xbox thing. It was just a stupid short little video about how you can share games with your friends. And it was just one guy standing there holding a copy of a PlayStation 4 game. He turns, hands it to the other guy. The other guy takes it, says thank you, and that's like the end of the video. Like, just straight up making fun of Xbox for it all.
That's like them old Microsoft and Apple commercials. You remember those?
Yeah. And that's what it felt like. It was like this rivalry.
Right.
Because like you know me, and you're the same way. I just like games. I'm going to play, if it's a good game, I'm going to play it on whatever system.
Right.
While I prefer Sony, I have no problems with Xbox. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not one of those, if you don't play Sony, you're stupid,
right,
Sony only kind of thing. So I've never really fallen heavy into that allegiance race.
Yeah.
But even just sitting there and seeing just Sony dunk on Xbox was just hilarious to me.
Right.
Watching it live, because it was live streamed. Like it was live happening at the time.
Okay.
And it was just a crazy moment that I'll always remember.
Yeah, like that, like I'm like you. Like, I'm not tied to one brand. I like them all, because each one has something different that they bring that I like, know. Like when the Kinect came out, I really enjoyed it, I thought they could have went much further with it, but it's just like, I guess a lot of people wasn't using it or whatever. I think they just scrapped the whole deal. Yeah. I thought it was a good concept, and I think they was more trying to compete with the Wii at that time, because Nintendo always had that movement capability. They always wanted to get you up and moving around, with the power pad, the power glove, the Wii, just stuff like that. They always wanted to keep you moving. And I thought that the Kinect would have been, pretty good if they would have just kept pushing out, put better games for it, like boxing, like a lot of people like boxing. More like kind of like driving games, more stuff that you wanted to play to make it fun. But they really didn't put nothing out for it. It's just like, hey, we got this thing out, we just gonna roll it out. And nobody liked it because there was nothing good for it.
Yeah, it just felt like a bunch of dancing games and Wii Sports ripoffs.
Right. After you played, was it Dance Dance Revolution and and was the Michael Jackson experience.
Michael Jackson, yeah.
Oh, I got a story for that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my daughter, she came over with the Michael Jackson experience for her Wii. And she didn't know. Like, I know all the moves. All the moves. So she over there like, yeah, I could beat you in Michael Jackson. Oh, let's put Thriller on. Yeah, I put that Thriller on. I'm in that bitch. I mean, y'all getting it, yo. She was so mad. Shout out to my baby girl, Jay. Love you, babe. But I'm telling you, man, I tore her up, man. It was so great.
I remember one time my family had Just Dance on the Wii. And my sisters played the crap out of it all the time, constantly played it. And I remember it was just like one weekend, they were out of the house, and I just sat there and I played it. And I beat like all of their top scores on all their favorite songs. And they were upset with me. It wasn't even songs I liked. It was like One Direction and stuff like that.
One Direction. Right.
It was like, oh, they like this song. They play it all the time. I'm going to beat their score.
and the thing about that, they never had like really, it was more like poppy songs, like tween girls, like,
yeah.
Like if they would have put out like more like kind of like fighting games, workout games, like bowling and stuff like that, I think they would have done a whole lot better than what they did.
Yeah.
So I think mine was memory. So back in the day, there was no memory.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you mean now.
Outside of Zelda, which was the only game that had memory, I think, at the time, because it had like a little battery in the back. That was the only game that you could save on. But like everything else, there was no memory. So if you died, there was no coming back.
Yeah, game over. It was
game over. It was game over.
Yeah.
Right to the beginning. After Super Nintendo, I think that's when memory started to come.
Super Nintendo had it.
Yeah, Super Nintendo had it. I don't remember if Genesis had it.
Yeah, I've never played with Genesis enough to know. So
yeah. I remember. I think Super Mario World. It had memory. But when you cut that game off, it was gone forever. So what we used to do, we used to leave the game on, push the console, leave it on. You turn your TV off, sneak off to school. Your game still pause, And then you come home, your grandmother, your mom done shut the game off because she saw the little red light on there. So she shut it off, just ruined hours of Castlevania or whatever, It just, man, it pissed me off. So when the PlayStation came out and you got the memory cards that you stuck in, that was like the best thing in the world because you could, you could stop your game and you could save and you can come back, to that point and you could pick it up. So that was one of the things that was like just kind of mind blowing to me at that time. I thought it was always going to be like, oh, let me go ahead and play Mario and I'm gonna shut it off, and I just you had to warp. Yeah, so just to get back to where you were.
Yeah, no, I never really had to deal with the lack of memory for me.
I forget. Yeah.
I mean, I have now because I have NES, I have Atari 2600. There's not saving on that. So I've dealt with it now, but I didn't grow up really dealing with it.
Yeah.
But I will say, absolutely love memory cards.
Love it.
They're fantastic.
Love it.
I don't think I'll ever. I guess it falls into the line with me about memories just from gaming that specifically that memory cards have is taking my memory card with me to a friend's house.
Yeah.
And putting it in and being like, this is where I'm at on my save.
Right.
Or, a fighting game. Like, used to play fighting games, you plug it in and like, here's my character, here's my stats, here's my,
Right.
And it was like, you can't do that anymore.
The best memory card ever is the Dreamcast. Hands down. Yeah. Hands down is the best memory card. It had the little digital screen on there. It had like little games on there. You could take it out. I think it had like one of those, was it Tamagotchis in it?
Tamagotchi?
What'd I say?
Tamagichi?
Same thing. It's just me hitting, man. Leave me alone.
Sony did something similar. But I don't know if that was like a Japan exclusive thing or not. Because I never had one. It was for the PlayStation 1. I never had one. And I don't know of anybody who really did. It had, it was the same thing, a screen, and then you had your little buttons on it, but you could flip the buttons up, and then it plugged in to your PlayStation as a memory card.
Really? Huh, I ain't never seen that.
I forget the name of it. I'll show you after the podcast.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds cool. I'd like to come up on one of those. Yeah. So that was like kind of groundbreaking for me, memory. Yeah, what's your next one?
This one's less, I guess, less of a moment in game history, gaming history, and more of just a game itself. But that's just Super Mario Party. I don't know if you've never played one?
Never played a Super Mario Party.
If you can get a group of 4 friends, or I guess 3 friends and you, it is one of the best, most hectic, most frustrating times ever.
Really?
It is just a constant slur fest between you and friends. Because the whole name of the game is to screw each other over. You roll a dice, you move parts, you move around on this map, you get coins, and then you play a mini game. Some of them are skill based. Well, most of them are skill based. But the whole idea is you're just trying to fuck over your friend in these mini games. And if you beat your friend, like, you steal their coins, you steal, like, stuff like that. To win the game, you want to have the most stars.
Okay.
And you can go around the map, and you can land on a space that lets you talk to one of the boo ghosts. And you can pay them, like, 20 of your coins. And then you can pick which one of your friends you want to steal a star from.
Really?
And you can get, like, cards where you can, like, swap places with friends. You can get, like, you can do all... It's a whole just screw your friends over game. And it's just... I have so many memories of staying the night at friend's house, sitting there until 3 a.m, just yelling at each other on N64 or GameCube. 4 players just yelling at each other, just like full on fuck yous. I'll never talk to you again because because I had 3 stars and I was in the lead, and now I have 0 stars and 2 coins. Like,
oh no! Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
And it's just the memories of just sitting there playing this game. Any of the the first 6 Mario Party games. I think there's like 9 or 10 now.
Really?
And like the new ones go online and they're fun to play online with friends, but it's that situation of just sitting in a room face to face with your friends as you're just pissed off at them and just yelling at each other and having a great time, but being so fucking angry.
Right, man. I think my next one goes kind of hand in hand with yours.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's pretty much mine. So if you want to go on to it.
Yeah. So mine goes hand in hand with yours. The N64. It was standard 4 slots. You know, you got 4 controllers. You might not have had all 4, but your homeboy might have had some. So he bring his controller over, and you playing Super Mario Kart and GoldenEye. Woo! Man, when I'm talking about big money on the ground, I'm talking about it's hundreds on the ground. Hundreds. Like, and my go-to was Toad. Like, Toad, I felt he was small. He was quick. You could hit them corners. You know, you bounce around and you skirt. Oh, yeah, man. Toad, big money on the ground. And GoldenEye, dude, you just like you were saying, people getting mad in the game. I had my homeboy throw a whole stick because he was so pissed off. And GoldenEye, he was so mad. He just took that bitch and just
Yeah, there's been a few throwing controllers in my group of friends too.
Dude, I swear I laughed for like 15 minutes. I couldn't stop laughing at him. He was so pissed off. You know, it was a fantastic game, man. Like that right there was so mind blowing. Like, man, I have 4 friends over. I can, you know, and then that GoldenEye, man, that should have been in one of my favorites. I forgot about GoldenEye. GoldenEye was great.
Have you played it recently?
No,
it does not hold up.
Really?
It is. We were talking a little bit earlier about that Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
The Plus. If you get that $50 one, you get N64 games, and GoldenEye 007's in there.
Oh no!
I played it.
Oh,
it does not hold up.
Oh no!
It's a single stick for walking and looking, and it does not hold up.
Oh no!
Because I played it back then too. Yeah. And I remember being like, this is crazy.
Yeah, GoldenEye was like really like the first kind of what was like Call of Duty is like
first person shooter.
Yeah, first person shooter, but you know, where you could play with like against other people.
Yeah.
That was like really the first one. Now, you know, Call of Duty, that's all it is, you know, just you go around, play people all over the world just trying to kill each other.
Yeah, Call of Duty's trying to get rid of the campaign.
Oh man, why? That's my favorite part.
Well, I shouldn't say they're trying to get rid of it, but like it's just kind of gotten less and less each game.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was the current Modern Warfare 2. I hate that they named it that. I hate that they named the new one Modern Warfare 2 because now when I try to talk about Modern Warfare 2, it's like, which one am I talking about?
Right.
The new game or the game that was actually good?
Yeah, the good one.
Yeah.
We all know the good one. That was great. That was a great game.
It was that's my favorite Call of Duty. Maybe we'll get around to that.
I think you might be right. That might be my favorite one too.
I think the new one, it was like you pay $70 for the campaign, or you could just get multiplayer free, and then pay for loot boxes. And it was just like, come on, like, are they just trying to stop? Yeah.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, that's it. The N64.
N64.
Yeah. So what's the next one you got?
So my last one is around the PlayStation 3. And it kind of 360, but I had a PlayStation 3, not a 360.
Okay.
Just being able to get online and play games. Just being able to just hit network and go play games.
I was late to that. I didn't start playing online. It was 360. The very first game I was playing was Call of Duty. A dude I used to work with, he was big into it, and he gave me a screen name. And my homeboy Ballistic, he was into Call of Duty, and I would go over his house, and he'd be playing online. I'm just sitting on the couch, and we sitting there drinking. I'm watching him play, and I was like, man, I really need to get online. But I think at the time, I don't know if I had internet in the house at the time because I was poor. So yeah, I think I was late. I was late to the internet game because this girl I used to chop it with a long time ago, she was on the PlayStation 2 and she was online, and she used to play Soulcom a lot, and that's kind of like, that was like our common bond, like that Soulcom, you know.
Yeah, and I was going to talk a little bit about the PS2 online, because I did play PS2 online,
right?
But to get the PS2 online to work, you had to have a plug-in that worked like a modem, and it had like you had to have this whole plug-in side piece that you put into the back of the PlayStation 2. And then you would have to hook up your Ethernet cable and everything.
Right. I remember that.
And it worked, but it wasn't the greatest. I didn't play anything crazy on it myself, though. I played like Ratchet and Clank 2, 3, and 4 had online games, and I would go on there and play online, but... Ew.
He said, ew. That mean burp ain't too hot. He said, ew. Oh, man.
But there was the moment with, it was specifically for me, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I think was the first game I really got into online, where it was just go online. Like, that's what it was. Granted, I didn't have Wi-Fi when that game was out, so I wasn't playing at Wi-Fi. I was dragging my PlayStation 3 and my TV into the computer room, unplugging from the computer, shutting down the phones.
Oh, man.
And that's how I was playing it at first. But
I don't think you realize how bad the internet was back then. Like,
I had dial-up.
Hey, just to watch a porn, that boy was like, it take
I wasn't
hours.
I wasn't watching porn on dial-up.
You just watching them titties coming in all slow. You be like, all right, I'm gonna go to school and come back. When you get back, you see, oh, there's some titties. Let's download another one, and the whole day go by.
Yeah, no, I wasn't quite dealing with that.
Oh yeah, I was. Man, that's good. Yeah, I remember that. Didn't they just shut that server down not too long ago?
They shut the store down for PS3, the online store.
I thought it was the server or something. That,
on Call of Duty?
No. For PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2? Oh, yeah, they may have.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere where they shut down. It was probably a couple years ago. But they said that they're going to close the server down, and that was it. You can't play online on PlayStation 2 anymore.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, there's some people out there that still play.
Oh, there's people out there. Same with like I think original Xbox. There's some really dedicated fans that have modified the system and just gotten it to work, and that you can still play online, but you got to jump through some hoops.
Okay. Yeah.
But just, I think it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2. Played them like crazy online. Then Gran Turismo 5.
Ooh.
I I played that game so long, the PlayStation stopped telling me how many hours I played, and it started giving me days.
Just days.
Just days. Man. And I would sit there online with friends until like 4 a.m, just tune a car, race it. Didn't like how that tune went, take it back, tune a car, race it. Didn't like how that tune felt. And I would sit there for hours and hours and hours. And it was just the whole generation, the PS3, the 360.
Right.
That whole generation is kind of defined by the online for me, because that was when I was the most into it. Like, I didn't really play online much on PS4. I haven't played much at all online on PS5. Honestly, all the PS5 online I've played with you. So like,
we was getting to the end of that game. We got pretty far.
Yeah, we were doing good.
Yeah, we need to get back to that, man.
We do.
That was a good game. Returnal.
Yeah.
Returnal, excellent game. If you got a PlayStation 5, cop that. That is a great game.
I think it's on Steam now too. So if you got a Steam.
Okay. Let me see. What would be my next one?
Your last one.
Well, yeah, my last one. I like the concept, but I like the Switch. The handheld is a handheld, and you could also play it on TV. You know, that's really like the first of its kind. I think, you know, you just drop it into its dock. You can go ahead, you can play the video games on the TV. And if you want to go, like I am sometimes, you know, I'll go ahead, take the Switch with me, got the controllers, I'll play in the truck while I'm, you know, while I'm working, man. I thought that was real cool. I didn't get the new one, the OLED one.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that it's a better screen.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And it's brighter, I guess. I don't know. It takes less battery.
Okay.
Something like that.
But when I first saw it, when they first introduced the Switch, I was like, Nintendo on to something. You know, they probably like let's not sell any more Game Boys, no DSs or nothing like that. Let's go ahead and just do like kind of an all-in-one and just give them. You could, if you just want a completely handheld, you can get the Switch Lite, or if you want best of both worlds, like which I do, you know, you get the one where you just drop into the dock. You know, yeah, that's something that I really liked about the Switch. I thought that was kind of revolutionary, you know.
Yeah, no, I remember with the Switch announcement, I was kind of sitting there worried for Nintendo, honestly, because the Wii U just failed. Like it was a failure. Like I don't think it was even. I think it was 5 years before they put out the Switch, which is such a short lifespan. They were just trying to get away from the Wii U.
And you know what's funny? Like, I didn't jump on board when the Wii U came out because the controller was just like, it's a slick looking controller,
big and bulky.
Yeah, it's big, it's bulky, got the screen in there, you know. But I'm like, I don't know about this, so I didn't buy one right away. And about a year ago, I bought a Wii U because I just wanted it for my collection. Yeah, you know, I still haven't even plugged it up. I haven't turned it on. I don't even know if the damn thing worked. But you
should probably try that.
Probably, but I never even turned it on. You know, because I think I have one game for it. I don't know which game, but I know I have one Wii U game. But the Switch, that I thought that was like revolutionary right there. Like when I remember seeing the commercial for the first time, and they was like, "Oh, you just drop it in, and then you want to go to work? Oh, take it out, and you just click." I was like, "Oh, that's dope as fuck."
Yeah. No, I think everybody, because there was like rumor going around that Nintendo was working on a hybrid system. And at that time, nobody had done anything, you know, hybrid like that. And everybody was like, how the hell is Nintendo going to do this? This makes no sense. How do you have a console-like game on the go? We know handheld systems, and we know they're a lot weaker than their console counterparts. How do you do a home console and a handheld? And then they released that trailer of people sitting out in a park playing a Switch and then going home and dropping it in their dock. And it just clicked, I think, for everybody. I think everybody just saw that commercial and was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I thought it was so dope. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to get me one of them. Yeah. I got to, you know. And I'm not a Nintendo fan like I used to be, because I believe Nintendo is geared more towards family, children. You know, like they don't have like most of the games like PlayStation, Xbox with the blood and gore and stuff like that. It's more like kind of just fun and party-ish type of games.
Yeah.
And you know, like even with the those, are they called Joy-Cons?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even with the Joy-Cons, you know, it still has that movement. So like when you playing Zelda or something like that, and you aiming with the arrow, you can still move the stick up and down, and it still tracks.
Those gyro controls.
Yeah. I really like that, you know, and I thought that was real dope for Nintendo to do that. Even though I think Nintendo's about to just kind of fade away, they always come back with something that just blows my mind. Like when the Wii came out, you know, like nobody was doing that, you know. And then, you know, the Wii kind of died. Then the Wii U came out. Then the Switch came out, and they still holding on. Like I'm shocked that they still holding on.
I mean, Nintendo is always doing some crazy shit.
Right.
Ever since even the N64.
Right.
When everybody had moved to disc-based games, Nintendo was like, no, we're going to do cartridges and a controller that you need 3 hands to use.
3 hands.
And then like the GameCube came out and everybody was like, yeah, we're doing DVDs. And Nintendo says, no, we're going to do these micro DVDs. And then also release one of the best feeling controllers ever.
That is a great controller. That is a great controller. Like that GameCube is pretty sharp, man. You know?
I love the GameCube. Yeah.
I don't have one in my collection. I need to get one.
Yeah, you got to get one before they skyrocket in price anymore.
I know a spot though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go. But I know a spot. Yeah, so that's my last one. The Switch, man. Shout out to Nintendo, man. They made a great console. You know, if you are to get a Switch, if you don't have a Switch, get the one where it's handheld and you got the dock too, because you know some games it's not great for that small screen. You need it on the big screen. Zelda has to be on the big screen.
Something we'll have to make a topic about later down the line is whatever the hell is Nintendo going to do next.
I have no idea.
Because by the looks of it, either next year, 2024, or 2025 is going to be when their next system comes out.
That's about right.
The Switch is 7 years old now.
Because they usually come out on an off year. They don't come out... See, Xbox and Sony usually run kind of hand in hand because they the ones fighting against each other.
Yeah, they're in the boxing match. Nintendo's in the crowd commentating.
Nintendo on his own grain. They've been around, since 18 something? 1886 or something?
1980 something, yeah.
No. Nintendo been around.
Nintendo themselves, yeah.
Nintendo been around since the 1800s. They were...
Yeah, because they were making toys, or it was a card game.
Yeah, it was a card company. I think the late 70s, 80s, because they was making games for the arcade in the 70s. In the 80s, that's when they came to your home. Oh, I got one more in there.
All right, go for it.
When arcade games came to your house.
Like the ones that actually came, not the...
Yes.
Not the,
not the actual
Atari version of Pac-Man where it's all squares.
No, not the actual system, but when they came to the cartridge and you could play it at home. When Street Fighter came to your house, Mortal Kombat came to your house. Oh my God! Well, the Mortal Kombat was kind of shitty, the very first one, because the arcade had blood. The console one, you just hit them and just sweat come off of them.
Yeah, it's because Nintendo censored it.
Right, they censored it.
But of course, on Genesis,
or
whichever it was it Genesis or was it Master System?
It was Genesis.
Genesis, yeah. You could put in the code.
The code to get
and
the blood.
Get the blood, yeah.
Yeah, man. That was a good time right there, man.
Because Sega does what Nintendo don't.
I like that one.
You don't remember those commercials?
I've never heard of that one.
That was a commercial for a Sega system.
Really?
Yeah, that was like their thing. Like they would show all this stuff of like how cool the Sega is, and then it would end with like Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Oh no, I gotta go watch those.
Yeah.
I just remember the ones where they just be yelling at the end. You be like, Sega! Oh man, but I thought that was so cool when Street Fighter came home. I swear I rushed to get that. I rushed to go get that Street Fighter because I used to go to the arcade at the mall. If you're from Cleveland, Randall Park Mall, they used to have 2 arcades, one upstairs, one downstairs, and people be all around trying to get in on that Street Fighter. It'd be just a line of people. It'd just be just one dude who just whooping everybody ass. He was like the GOAT down there. You know, you go there, you put your quarter on the screen like, yo, I got next. Yo, I got next. You know what I mean? And man, that was the happiest day because I went home when it came to the thing. I went home. I was training. Then I went back to the arcade, and it was nothing but smoke. That's it. That's all smoke. That's all you getting. Yeah. All you getting, because I had time to practice. And dude, you know, he was at the arcade, dusting them, You know, like that was an awesome time, man. But
I think it was really cool once consoles were finally able to do arcade graphics. Because for a while there, kind of like I said before, it was like, you know, Pac-Man on the Atari. You could play Pac-Man on the Atari 2600.
Right.
It did not look like Pac-Man, though. Like, it was blocky. You were eating cubes, not pellets, you know?
It was little cubes, yep.
The one for me that kind of made me jealous was Daytona USA.
I had that.
Yeah, I was jealous of everybody with it. Because that was my favorite arcade game. Every time, if I would go to an arcade and it was there, that was the first... Maybe not the first, but it was a game I had to sit down and play.
Yeah, Daytona USA.
Daytona!
Oh, that's fucking funny. Oh, no. Oh, do it again.
No.
Oh, that's so funny.
That was my favorite game.
Yeah, Daytona.
I was so jealous of anybody with a Dreamcast.
Dreamcast, yeah. Daytona USA.
Which feels weird to say that I was jealous of someone with the Dreamcast, but I mean now, yeah. But back in the day when Dreamcast wasn't doing well.
Virtual Fighter.
Virtual Fighter
When it came to the house. Like, I mean, looking at it now, it was just like triangly, blocky. You know, it just looked corny, but like in fucking 1995, man, that was like it. That was like the top of the top, you know.
Arcades were always like to me, it felt like arcades were always the testing grounds of like, what's the next level of graphics?
Right.
Because arcades were always a step ahead of the home console. Because they were these big, giant cabinets. You could fit the power in it you needed.
Right.
Because by the time we got 16-bit fighting games, arcades were starting the early 3D stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, facts.
And by the time we got like PS1 and stuff, arcades were doing like Crazy Taxi and Daytona, you know, with good looking 3D games.
Cruising USA.
Cruising USA was good.
You had to cheat where you push all 3 of the buttons and you get like the bus.
I didn't know about that.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Yo, if you see one, press all 3 buttons when you select the cars. It changes. You get the bus. You get like a motorcycle. You get like other cars. And I was wondering, like, how do you get the bus? The bus is not up here. But you push all 3 buttons at the same time when you select. The bus comes up.
Okay.
Yeah. X-Men. X-Men Art Online. That Spider-Man on not online. Arcade. X-Men Arcade. Spider-Man Arcade. Like, you had 4 dudes. Ninja Turtles.
That was That was probably one of the best arcade games.
Dude.
4-player Ninja Turtles.
Man. My go-to was Raphael. That was my go-to. Or Leonardo. Yeah, man.
There was a restaurant. What was it? What was the name of it? It was up in Ohio. And they had a tiny arcade in it. Ew. Max and Irma's?
Max and Irma's. Yeah.
The one that we always went to had one of those Ninja Turtle arcade units in it. Even like way past once it was out of circulation. And that was like my dad and I would get there. We would we'd like look at each other and be like, do we go play Ninja Turtles before we eat or do we sit there for hours after we eat? Like
And The Simpsons. I like The Simpsons too.
Simpsons was a good one too.
Simpsons was a good one. We had a bowling alley in our neighborhood when I lived in California. I would go down there with my allowance money And I remember one time I think I spent $20 in quarters, and I was trying to beat the game. I was trying to beat the game. I got so far in that game. I think I played as Bart because he had a skateboard. Yeah. I got so far in that game, and I was getting down to my last couple quarters, and I didn't finish it. But I know I dumped $20 for a fact. I dumped $20 in quarters in that game.
I believe it.
All right. So yeah, man. You know, that's our time. Any last words, Eggs?
Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Leave some comments.
Yeah, please leave some comments.
YouTube or Spotify. It helps with the algorithm.
Yeah.
So if you like a video, it helps share the video. It helps get our name out there a little more. It tells YouTube or Spotify that, you know, people are enjoying this, people are engaging with it, so it makes them want to send it out more. So if you could do that, even if it's just something stupid like, I don't know,
we suck,
you suck, yeah, just
no, I mean, you know, support us, man. You know, support is always good. You know, just drop us a like, a comment. Hey, drop a comment. Like, is there any games that you guys want us to play, that you want us to rate, you know, or any topics that you guys think that we should introduce to the podcast?
Yeah, give us ideas. Let us know what you want to hear. And
let us know.
Honestly, I've been surprised by the amount of turnout we've had already on these podcasts.
It's actually pretty good.
It's been pretty good. I was surprised because, like I told you before, I've done YouTube in the past, and I made videos for like 2 years straight. And I think I ended up with like 200 subscribers after 2 years.
That's because you got me on here, man.
It's because you
see this beard right here. This beard is bearding.
That beard is bearding.
See, I'm about to get you together with your beard, man. Get that red beard going, man. We want to get you one of them Afro picks with the fist so you can pick that beard out, cuz. But yeah, man, you know, hey, we open for suggestions, you know, good or bad. Let us know what y'all guys think, man. You know, feedback is always good, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, that's our time, man. You know, we too faded to play. I'm LSD.
And I'm Eggs.
All right, peace.
See ya.
That knee got me busted.